All right, are you feeling a little low today? Well, my Lincoln Navigator is. If you can see, it's kind of laying on the frame here. Not a good thing to have happening. So, down here where you can see it. Yeah, this tells me that I have a suspension issue. And in this case, this vehicle does have air suspension, an air ride suspension system. And usually it works really great, but today I'm having issues. The ride got really bumpy. So I'm going to have to get to the air compressor. And the air compressor is actually right underneath the washer fluid reservoir. And there's a few things going to be in my way. I'm going to get my jack extension out. I'm going to jack handle extension. I'm going to take out the battery. So I'm going to go ahead and take all that out right quick, and then I'll show you what we're doing. The connections off of the battery terminal. You always start with negative first, and then take your positive lead off. And in this model, we have a little clip down here that we have to take off. And luckily, it uses the same size socket that the battery terminals are, which helps. And yeah, this little clip right here, that'll hold the battery in place. So now we're ready to remove the battery, and luckily, unluckily, this battery doesn't have handles. So I'm going to take it off like so. Got that out of the way. Next thing, and then by the way, I was going to tell you, the socket size is an 8mm. That's an 8mm socket that we just used. Now to take off the, taking 4 bolts out for the housing for the battery. Now I just have to finesse it out, and there's a piece here. I'm not real sure what this part is, but it has to unclip on the battery case. And then you have to finesse this whole apparatus out. Just lay that aside. And now we're good to access the rest of the bolts to take out the water washer reservoir, the washer. And I think we have about 1 or 2 more bolts holding this one in. Yeah, I see 2 more for sure. It on that. Got 1 more right down here at the bottom on the sidewall here. Yeah, it's coming out. Let's see what we can do now. Yeah, it's loose. So we have to disconnect a few electrical connections. Let's see if I can get this thing turned around where we can see. Here's one right here. Here's one right here.
Let's see.
Where I can figure out how to do it, and then I'll demonstrate. I don't know how to do it.
There you go. I can see it.
All right. We have 2 electrical connections on here that'll activate. This one's connected straight to the pump on the reservoir, and you need to use a screwdriver to press in on this clip, if you can see it right here, to release the connector. And this one, the other one, you actually have to kind of reach around, if you can see it, back behind it and release this clip like so. Now then, we're almost there. We're still not free, but actually I may be able to work with this now. I may just leave this in place slide it out of the way if there's enough hose. Maybe. Yeah, not real sure. I think I'm going to disconnect it and just give me enough space to work here. They're real simple connections, should be. That one should pop right off of the pump. I'm going to lose my reservoir water, but giving me trouble. Right here, here's the filter dryer right here. And here's the end head laid down. Now, I have to take, I believe it's 3 bolts that's holding in the entire pump assembly, and they're going to be 11 millimeter. So actually we needed 3 sockets total for this particular job. One at the bottom right here. The air filter, the air dryer off of here, off of the assembly. I'm going to take it off of the new one that I just got, and I'm going to use it again because it's only got a few weeks of service on it, and that way I don't have to break these air connections. But I will demo later how you would go about that if you did have to change those connections. Short, and I couldn't connect the electrical very comfortably, so I just spliced some wire into it and lengthened it a little bit, and that really helped on installation a lot. And it also helped me take it out just now. So you just put these back on. Easy, right? Fit this air dryer onto the new pump assembly, like so. It's trying to bite in, so there we go. And it's locked. Fantastic. All we need to do now is put the retaining screw back in, and we'll be ready to mount this thing back up, hook it up, and see if we're in business. So, let's try that. Up here where you can kind of see where I can see. Different from the one that I took out. I can barely hear it, but it is running. So, I don't know whether we'll be able to see the results just yet, but in a moment, the rear end should rise up and we'll be back in business. And after the test drive, I just wanted you to see how the rear end is no longer slumped down. Pretty much level with the front, and it's riding really smooth now. All right, well, we took it for a test drive just to try it out. Initially, when the pump came on, it was still squatting in the rear, and so I got in it. We drove it up, a few blocks from the house, and stopped. And by then it had raised up, so it just takes a little time. I guess it had lost all of its air in the rear suspension, but it's riding smooth. The pump is super quiet. I'm going to say this was a successful repair. So if you like my video, tune in, like my channel, Tommy Miner, and I appreciate you watching, and I really hope that this helps you out with your problems. Thanks a lot. Bye.